Hello students, welcome to Cbse classes, and this video is on Cbse Ugc NET 2018 July paper. I will be solving questions from question number 1 right away. Now let's jump into the first question. Which of the following will be true for the monopoly and monopolistic competition? For monopoly and monopolistic competition. Now if you don't know what is monopoly, now what is monopoly? Monopoly is okay. So a monopoly is nothing but, well, rather say we can say monopoly exists when a specific person or enterprise is the only supplier of a particular commodity. Okay, so let me clear myself again. A monopoly exists when a specific person or enterprise is the only supplier of a commodity. So there is no substitute, there is no structure. There is a parallel concept called monopsony also. Monopsony means one buyer, more than one seller. Example, government buys from a lot of part. Now there is a second part called monopolistic competition. So in monopolistic competition is a case where it's a type of, this is also a type of imperfect competition, where many sellers sell products that are differentiated from one another. So there is a quality or brand difference. Okay, so this is the part. Now in short run means any run which is less than 1 year of time in economic sense. So in this case, price is greater than marginal revenue, that is P greater than MR, or price is equal to marginal revenue, price is equal to marginal cost, or price is equal to average cost. Remember that in case of monopoly and monopolistic competition, there is a positive profit. So positive profit. So if price is equal to marginal cost, so let me do this part. So if price is equal to marginal cost, so as a result of that, so the normal profit portion will be equal to 0. So third is not possible. If this, for example, if P is less than MC, then you are having a negative profit, that is loss again, but there is no option in this way. Now if price is equal to average cost, so then also this is a condition for perfect competition. P equal to MC equal to AC equal to AR equal to MR. So if P equal to MC, then also it is perfectly competitive. If P equal to MR, that is the second condition, then also it is perfectly competitive. And in the third case, this is also perfectly competitive. So the only possible option to have a positive profit in our case, which is phi, that is profit greater than 0, is the first option. That's it. Okay, now we proceed to the very next question. Now this question is a classic example of game theory. Now what is game theory? Now game theory is the situation where, game theory is a situation where a person or a seller, remember that game theory is not applicable all the time in case of selling something. No, in case of maybe whether to decide for going or not going, deciding or not deciding, selling a product or not selling a product, go for price discrimination or not. So these all decision is a part of game. Let me give you an example here. Now for example, there are two companies. Okay, for example, there are Netflix and the second company may be Amazon Prime. Both, you know, they are producers of good TV shows and they have their own channels. Okay, now Netflix and Amazon have a big price difference with respect to India and the world. So there is a price war. So this is a game problem. Now one day maybe Netflix and Amazon decides that from March 1 we will sell all the channels, their subscriptions at $100 per year. That is 7,000 rupees per year. Quite a steep price, but they are the best. And if you want to see some TV shows, then you have to pay it. So if they agreed to do stuff like this, then what will happen? Then what will actually happen? Now, so now Netflix and Amazon both are selling at 7,000 rupees. Now, in this case, what will happen? On the 1st March, when they decide to sell at this, certainly you see that Netflix price is 95. And Amazon stick to their promise that we will sell at 100. So everyone will go for Netflix now. Now what happens if Amazon also thinks in this way and they put their price as 92? Then obviously people will go to Amazon Prime, and in this way if they keep on increasing, decreasing, reducing the price level, then that will create a war, a price war, which in terms of this kind of frustration is called game. Now on this game theory, Nash has given an idea that we cannot always decide what to do on this kind of structure on the basis of the other player. So when we decide, irrespective of the other player, irrespective of other players, then it is called a Nash equilibrium. So Nash is a type of game equilibrium only. But if we decide that what the other players, we don't give any kind of importance to them, that is called Nash. Now let's get into the question again. Let me please allow to change the boring color and let me go to vibrant red. Okay. So consider the following matrix, describe the respective strategies and the corresponding payoffs. So how many payoffs? These are the payoffs. We can call it as a profitability. Okay. Now why I am saying profitability equal to payoff? For example, if these are imprisonment years, means for how many years they will go for jail, then obviously 6 is better than 11. In case of payoff, which is considered as a profit, then 11 is better than 6. Okay. So higher value doesn't always lead to a better positioning with respect to game. Remember this and keep this in your copies. Okay, I would request you always, when you are seeing my lectures, please keep a copy ready and keep on writing this part, because later maybe some of the things are not written over here. Okay, so for firms A and B operating in a duopoly structure, so there is no other seller. So here, which of the following statement is true about the game? Remember that they are asking about a game solution, so quite an interesting one. So we may need to recalibrate this thing, okay, so that we can go for the analysis. Now I would like to go for the question again. So that is called Farm A has no dominant strategy, Farm B has no dominant strategy, the game has a Nash equilibrium, and neither Farm A nor Farm B has a dominant strategy. So before going to the dominant strategy, I have already explained you the game part, Nash equilibrium part rather say. So let's explain what is Nash equilibrium is all about. So Nash equilibrium is left to right comparison without seeing what is better for the other person. So remember that when from left to right we compare, so we keep the left part fixed and compare the right two portions. So in that case 6 is greater than 0. So 6 is greater than 0. So Farm A will go for advertisement. And in the second case, don't advertise is the relatively better case, because there he is getting more profit. So advertise and don't advertise. So there are two parts. Keeping the other part fixed, if the right part fixed, if we consider the left two, then 11 is greater than 7, but 16 is greater than 20. So there is, in this case, first is advertise, second is no advertisement. So ultimately the postulate solution doesn't lead to a direct game solution. Okay, so here is no Nash. remember in the other two parts, if we go to the other two parts about the dominant strategy, what is a dominant strategy? Dominant strategy means a strategy which a game player will take irrespective of any other decision making structure. Okay, so dominant strategy again can be re-explained via a smaller postulate which we can see it in my game related videos, which you can see in the game related video in my channel, where I have explained these two as well. As the first case, we can see that the dominant strategy, farm A's dominant strategy, farm A actually in this case has a strategical advantage here, that 6 to 9, so don't advertise is better, and 0 to 2 again don't advertise is better. So farm A has a dominant strategy. So no dominant strategy, no. So what is the dominant strategy for farm A? Answer is don't go for advertisement. Okay, so this is wrong. Farm A has a dominant strategy. Answer is no, because in the first case 11 is greater, so advertisement is the process. In the second case, don't advertise is the process, so he doesn't have anything dominant, right? So this is also wrong. So the only possible postulate in this case is neither of them, as neither farm A nor farm B has a dominant strategy. But even this option is not fully correct, because farm A here has a dominant one. Okay, so but anyway, this is the most appropriate answer for our question based structure. Okay, no, sorry, there is a pattern based idea, so that they are saying here with respect to the analytical part. So whether AB, AC or BC will be done together. এবার দেখো এইখানেতে